Essential Progressive Rock Albums, episode 5462. That's not true, believe me. I just made that up because I don't know how many I've done of these. I'm doing them like Henry Ford would made his cars. You know, I'm basically sitting here, and rather than doing one long, great big rambling video, I thought, why don't I do a whole bunch of little, short, little, tasty videos that people who don't want to sit there for an hour and get involved in a whole bunch of boring philosophy, you know, they can, you know, just go, oh, I'll have a check handy. That sounds like it's 10 minutes, you know, I'm just tying my shoelaces up. I don't want to waste time. But here I am wittering on. This is the thing that I do, and I do apologise for it, but I promise you, I promise you that I will use correct words when I do this video, and I will keep it under 10 minutes. All right. Bite-sized, chunky version of Andy Edwards for you. Essential Progressive Rock Album, number 5487. I can't remember what I said. This one here. Whoa! What an album! What an album! Full on 1980s progressive rock. Is anybody going to say that? Or are they going to put this into the sort of 80s shred guitar metal genre? Because it does not fit, does it? This is Steve Vai's first solo album that he made himself and released himself. I mean, look at the quality of this artwork. He definitely did this himself, didn't he? It's a whole bunch of mishmash of awful visual ideas. It's got to be one of the worst album covers. Later on, he replaced it with him playing a droopy guitar, which is a lot better. But I don't like him holding that droopy guitar because it looks like an advert for you know, impotent musicians. But shall we move on? I just won't dwell on this. He was playing with Frank Zappa when he made this. He borrowed a whole ton of gear. He recorded it, and then when he heard it back, he realised it was rubbish because he was following his heart and just banging all the stuff down, and it was all a little bit over the place. And so he decided to re-record it and really nail it. And he then started to learn about production. And what we have here is quite astonishing for a musician that's got a little 8-track in their garage to have created something this monstrous. It's full-on progressive rock. I'll read the notes out on here. This record was recorded on a Fostex half-inch 8-track machine at 15 inches per second in a home studio. This material is part of a glob of stuff that was recorded between April 83 and November 83. It was never intended to be released, but then I thought, what the heck? Knowing that most record companies probably would not be interested in this type of thing, I decided to finance it myself, which, as you may have guessed, turned it into a very low budget operation because the music is so diverse. FlexAble seemed to be the appropriate title. You get to hear this music in its raw form with bloopers and production no-nos. I can't hear it. It sounds very well recorded to me. I hope you can appreciate the rawness of it. We had tons of fun making it. It was an educational for me. This music was done to the best of my ability, unhampered by the anxiety that haunts most people when they feel they must write music that is commercially successful for one reason or another. I have many concepts for the future of work, blah, blah, blah. I won't carry on with that. So this album has been made with nobody looking. This is just an absolute genius, virtuoso musician at the beginning of their career, full of energy, full of vision, full of excited about everything, going in and just doing whatever they want. And that's what you get on here. It opens up with Little Green Men, which is like this sort of epic ode to E.T. and features all sorts of Zappa-esque compositional devices, and sort of weaves the tune from the film made by Steven Spielberg called Close Encounters of the Third Kind. My laptop's like this. I think I caught this off my laptop. It's not just him playing. There's a whole bunch of incredible players on here. We've got Stuart Hammond, he's on here. Bob Harris, trumpet players on here. Chris Fraser, incredible drummers on here. Who else have we got? Scott Collard on keyboards. Chad Wackman appears from drums and Junkie. It's just incredible. Viv Woman, which is a nice little instrumental, not complex, just like poppy instrumental. Then Lovers Are Crazy, which is this slow ballad, which is a sort of tells the story of a relationship. Then we have Salamanders in the Sun, which is a very sort of 70s style Zappa composition. And then we got Boy Girl Song, which is just trite pop music. Flip it over and we get the Attitude Song, The Attitude stock goes a long way to inventing the genre of shred metal guitar in the 80s. And then that's followed up by Call It Sleep, the track that Tommy Vance played on the Flighty Rock show just after this album had come out, and I think in about 1984. I heard it, and then I went searching for this album, and I managed to get a copy. This isn't the copy, I lost it a long time ago, and then I rebought it on CD with the droopy guitar cover, and then I managed to track down a proper copy with the awful cover on, which is essential. Then we have Junkie, which is this progressive rock epic, and then it goes into a whole bunch of experimental tracks, Billy's Private Parts, Next Stop Earth, and then there's Something Dead Here, which really is exploring music, concrete, electronic, studio experimentation, and taking the guitar to the outer limits. This is about as prog as it can get. Nobody was watching, and the thing is that we can all learn from this is this album has probably sold now a lot of records. It's been selling consistently for the last 40 odd years. I wouldn't be surprised if this album has sold 1 million copies. All right, think about that. That an album of someone just having fun and doing whatever they want to do sent a message out to the world, created a career for Steve Vai, so he didn't have to sit rotting away in the next rock band after the, so like so many brilliant guitarists in the 1980s. He was able to move towards having a solo career. And what he learned on this, he put into practice when he made Passion and Warfare, that when it came out, did sell 1 million copies and pushed instrumental music and virtuoso music back into the limelight. We have a lot to thank Frank Zappa for. We have a lot to thank Frank, but we also have a lot to thank Steve Vai. He's an absolute legend. He's so important in the world of progressive rock, and he should be getting the accolades, which I don't think he gets, because he's so brilliant that he can do so much more. This is an essential progressive rock album and really lays the groundwork to what is going to happen in the 80s. The little bits of tidbits and morsels of progressive rock that we can pull from all those guitar shredders and pull from, say, the neo-proggers and maybe the prog metalers and all that type of stuff. This is where it starts. This is an essential album. That's it. I'm done. I did it even less time than I thought, only 7 minutes. I'm quite getting into being concise. It's an interesting thing. Now I'm just padding it because you wanted to get up to about 9 minutes, and that's the anal retentive side of me, because I've sat down to make 9-minute videos, and that's what I'm aiming for. And now I've decided that I can't let go of it. Let go of it, Andy. Just stop now. Do your little talk and then get out of here before 9 minutes. Prove that you can do it. So if you liked it, please like it. If you did like it, it's fair enough, isn't it? If you want to see more, subscribe. If you want to join my Patreon, you can. The link is down below. And if you want to support me financially in another way, you can put a little bit of money into my PayPal tip jar. The link is also down below. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following. And thank you for supporting me. I love you all. See you soon.